Hey, Prob-Stats students, it's Mr. Mitchell here. We're going to look at section 2.3. It's about stem and leaf plots or displays or whatever you want to call them. So hopefully this is somewhat of a review. I know that you're taught this in 7th grade. Obviously, I don't know if you attended 7th grade in Carlisle School District or not, but it is definitely part of the curriculum there. So it's should be a refresher, and we should be fairly confident in this. There might be a few new things to it, but we'll work through it. So we are exploring data analysis is what we are truly doing. All right. So we're looking for patterns. We're looking for extremes. We're looking for trends. All right. Some of the things that we can use. We've already looked at histograms before, and now we're going to look at stem and leaves. So here you have this raw set of data. Just some numbers. Could be ages of, I don't know, ages of certain professions. Got some higher numbers there, but you can work when you're 76 if you prefer. Most people are retired at that point, but you can work if you like. So to make a stem and leaf. So you're going to have a stem and you're going to have a leaf. It has two parts. The left is the stem, the right is the leaf. So we're going to align them in vertical columns in increasing order, with a vertical line to the right. That's the stems. All leaves must be placed on the same stem in the same row. And we are going to arrange them in increasing order. We need to make sure we have a label. And including the label, we also may need to make sure we have a title. Okay, to be honest, once you get this down, the reason that you mess up is you forget your label and your title. So if we look back to our numbers, so I'm going to have to flip back and forth here a little bit. If you look at the numbers, what's our largest number? 76, right? 76 is our biggest number here. And then what's our smallest number? I think this is 25, right? So we go from 25 to 76, so we have some 30s in there, some 40s, 50s, and 60s. So, but that gives us an idea where we need to start and where we need to stop. So we need to put our stems. This is the lowest number, 20. And this is the highest number, 70. And then you have all the other numbers. So there's your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. So what you're going to do then, the first data value was the 35. So you put the 5, that's the leaf. So this means 35. And then the next number was a 45. So under the 40 row, you're going to put a leaf of 5 because it's 45. And then you do that for all of them. So I know I kind of skipped over, but that's a little bit of busy work for me to do every single one right in front of you. But that's all of them. So remember, we have a 25 was our smallest number, 76 is our largest number, and then we filled in the other ones after that. So the easiest way to do it so you don't miss anything is fill them all in and not worry about order. Notice they are not in increasing order. Like it goes 35, 32, 32, 34, 31 in the 30s column here, 30 row. I'm going to worry about that, putting them in order on the next. So you can do it all at once, but then an issue that can come up, you're going to come up and you're going to ask somebody else, hey, I'm missing one. Well, when that happens, you got to go find it. Somebody got to go find it. And you're going to say, Mr. Mitchell, I'm missing one. I'm going to say, you got to go find it. Okay? So if you just do them all and then put them in order, that can sometimes alleviate that. Okay? So then we have to put our title. So you can put the title at the top, or you can put the title down here. It doesn't really matter. We just know we're talking about ages of employees. Okay? And again, I know 76 may be older, but that's okay. People work in their 90s, and that's fine. So, title, and then our label. So what does 2-5 mean? On this problem, it represents 25 years. On some other question, 2-5 could mean 2.5. Or it could mean 0.25. Or it could mean 250. Or it could mean 2,500. I don't know what it means if you don't tell me this. So I need to know that 2-5 means 25 years. Doesn't seem like a big deal, but it's pretty important, because otherwise, how am I supposed to know what 2-5 means? Is it 2.5? Is it 2500? 250? Is it something else besides those four that I just listed there? So once you get the hang of it, the biggest reason that you mess up is you don't have a label, you don't have a title. And that's not the biggest mistake in the world, but it is going to cost you a point or two here and there. And plus, somebody that is, if this were your job to make this and you don't have a title on it, well, people aren't going to know what you're talking about. Okay? I know that's the end of the slideshow, but one other thing to look at or talk about is the shape of it. I don't know if I can turn my... I don't know if I can turn it or not. No, I can't turn it. So what I need you to do is rotate. We talked about shapes before, but I need you to turn your head so this vertical bar is really this way. Having trouble writing. Here we go. I want it this way. So you have a 2 here and your 5's here, and then 3, 1, 2, 2, 4, 5. So turn your head. I'm not going to write the whole thing down. Turn your head. So, or write them all out. Maybe I'll just write them all out, just for the sake of it. Just so that we can make a comparison. Because this is part of the analyzing. All right. Theoretically, want these to be in order, but I'm writing with a whack-a-mole board. It's not the easiest thing to do. But we want them to be lined up in columns. So look at the shape of this graph. So, is it symmetrical? Is it skewed left, skewed right? Is it bimodal? What is the shape of this graph? Well, it's not bimodal. We have one peak. It's definitely not skewed to the left. You can argue that it's symmetrical, but I'm leaning more towards that this is skew right. So we always want to make sure we're identifying our shape. Okay? Oh, you have any questions? Let me know. The only thing else that we might see is a side-by-side box plot. And just to kind of go through that here real quick. Let's say this is the ages of the employees. This side is, I'll make up a business. This side is Calc Tech. And then this side is going to be Marker Tech. So you can have two stem and leaves. You can have two stem and leaves on each side, so you can save writing. So you can make a comparison between Marker Tech and Caltech. So here we would have this person's 21, then we have a 22-year-old, then we have a 23-year-old. So you can have a back-to-back stem and leaf plot. And I think we see one of those. So we just need to be aware that you basically cover up the one side. So you basically ignore where Marker Tech is for right now. Look at the side where Caltech is. And then if I filled in the rest of this with some other numbers that I make up, then I would ignore that Caltech is over here and just look at the Marker Tech side and then make the comparisons between the two. So that's just something to be aware of. If you have any questions, let me know.